Oh, man.
Yes.
Who's ready for this?
Woo!
I'm ready.
Fred is ready. I know Zack is ready.
Oh, I was born ready.
Born ready.
For this moment right here.
Now, preparing for this, Zach, did you watch Home Alone
Don't
or
need to.
Home Alone 2 last night?
No.
You didn't need to.
Did you watch last night?
I watched Home Alone 2 last night.
Oh.
Because I enjoy it so much.
Guys,
More.
I have it right here.
In your
my
heart?
Yes, exactly.
So did I, too, but I'm a dedicated fan. I got it on DVD, Zach. Both of them.
I steal it on the internet, Fred. So there you go.
Oh, my gosh.
You got me there.
Yeah, that's
Already
true.
fired.
I know. So this is going to be the debate. You will get to weigh in with any of your opinions as well as this continues on. Freddie Mac says Home Alone 2 is better than Home Alone 1. So
Are we ready for this great debate?
I think so. So we have our
Okay.
opening statements, and then Monica has her questions. And,
Yes.
and there's, but you're in charge. So I give the
All
floor
right,
to
so
the
we have
moderator.
our two parties. We have Zack with Home Alone 1. We have Fred with Home Alone 2. And they clearly are in disagreement. I don't really have an opinion about it because I don't care.
She doesn't
Yeah,
care.
I don't care. All right, so Zack, since Home Alone 1, you support that movie. It is number 1. You start
Okay.
with your opening statement.
All right. I can do that. Thank you very much, Madam Moderator.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we have to do that thing, they
Suck
thank
it
you.
up already,
Well,
huh?
they do those debates. Are like, thank you to everyone. Thank you to the university for hosting us. Thank you
Yeah.
to producer Ben
Get to the point.
for running the controls.
Nah,
Thank
I
you
hear
to
you.
Jamie Lynn for being a special guest. Blah 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 blah.
Uh-huh.
Okay, we'll get all those pleasantries out of the way. Friends, today you are going to hear an argument about how a sequel was better than the original movie. I ask you point blank, how often does that even happen? Sure, we might get a Rocky IV, or whichever Fast and the Furious is the one where Paul Walker dies, but outside of that, our world is filled with things like Speed 2, New Coke, and gulp, The Matrix Reloaded. Ugh. Now, let's be honest with ourselves here. Even in the rare cases where the sequel is better, would that movie even exist without the original? No! No, it would not. So how can something be better if it depends on the very existence of the one that came before it? And what do the people say? Well, Home Alone made $476 million at the box office. Home Alone 2, $359. At Rotten Tomatoes, Home Alone is 62% on the tomato meter with an audience rating of 79%. Home Alone 2, 30% and an audience score of 61. Do we even need to have this debate? The people have spoken, and they do not agree with this man over here and his silly argument that Home Alone 2 is better than Home Alone 1, so let's get this over with.
All right,
Thank
Zack, you presented your opening statement. We
Thank
move
you.
on to Freddie Mac.
He yelled a lot. I don't
Yeah,
think
we
that
will.
was
We
necessary.
But we will receive your opening statement now.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen of the K92 listening audience, and Madam Monica,
Hello.
moderator, there's not going to be any last-minute surprises with witnesses. Nobody's going to break down on the stand with a tearful confession. You're going to be presented with a simple fact. The movie Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, was better than the original. It is up to you to sit through layer upon layer of truth until you determine for yourselves which version sounds the most true. There are certain points I must prove to you. Point number 1, the plot of the original Home Alone is full of holes. I had to say that really slowly because I'd say full of holes.
Well,
Well,
that
if it
too.
was, you might have that argument. That might be a point for you. Just saying.
He's interrupting me. He's
Okay,
interrupting
continue on,
me.
Freddie Mac.
I'm sorry.
It's full of holes that, quite frankly, don't make much sense. Point number 2, Pigeon Lady is way better than Shovel Grandpa. Point number 3, Home Alone has a way better traps. And I will prove those things to you today.
Okay.
You both came with great facts.
All right, we have come with our
Information.
opening statements. Moderator, take it away.
All right, Zack, side with Home Alone
Yes.
1 and Fred with Home Alone 2.
Yes.
The question, Zack Jackson, I present to you.
Okay.
Give me the best scene from Home Alone 1.
The single best scene
Yes.
from
What-
Home Alone 1.
What do people remember
Okay.
from Home Alone?
Thank you for that question, by the way. I very much appreciate it. There are so many great scenes of Home Alone
What the
1
best?
that choosing one is very tough. I do believe that when Marv, or is it Harry? Harry.
You don't know
Marv.
the difference?
It's Marv. No, it's Marv.
Oh.
When Marv
He's
gets hit
talking.
in the face with the iron, and he has the imprint of the iron on his
I do
face.
recall.
Iconic.
I do find that one to be quite spectacular. Also, for me, I enjoy the poor pizza guy who has to try to deliver the pizza, and then he plays the movie and makes him think that someone with a gun is
I
inside.
appreciate the extra.
Thank you.
As for the one best, I'll
Okay.
take the first answer.
Okay, the iron.
Fred, Home Alone 2.
I think there are many best scenes. Thank you for that question, by the way. But the infamous I Love You scene where Kevin plays the TV that has the movie playing and he says, "Get on your knees and tell me you love me," the character in the movie.
Okay.
And the hotel staff have to get down on their knees and they say, "I love you."
Very sweet.
It's great. It's very memorable.
Zach,
Yes.
do you watch Home Alone every year?
Yes, with the family. It's one
You
of our
do.
special traditions.
Mm-hmm. Fred,
Yes.
when you have kids, when you have your twin girls, will you allow them to skip Home Alone 1 since Home Alone 2 is the best?
No, I'm all
Why?
inclusive. I will have them watch both. But I will let them know that Home Alone 2 is still better.
Okay.
Because I'm sure that's what they'll choose naturally, because it is.
Now the question, Zach Jackson, Home Alone 1
Yes.
compared to Thanksgiving dinner, which item is it?
Oh, at Thanksgiving dinner.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So in terms of Christmas movies or just movies?
Just what food would you
Compare it to.
compare it to?
Yeah, I mean,
I
understood
believe
the question.
in my house, it is the mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese, great pick.
It is.
And Home Alone 2, what dish is it?
Because I think Home Alone 2 is decent. I don't hate it. So for me, it is the cranberry sauce.
Fred, same
Ugh.
question.
Which Thanksgiving food?
Uh-huh.
Home
Home Alone
Alone
2.
2 is definitely ham. Important. Very important. And Home Alone 1, I would classify it as good, but not necessarily needed. So I give it a side. It'll be stuffing.
Okay.
Stuffing. All right.
Stuffing not
In
necessarily
comparison.
needed. Interesting.
Okay. All right, Zach.
Yes.
Give us your closing statement.
Okay. I can do that. Thank you. In conclusion, let's remember what a warm place we have in our hearts for Home Alone. Young Kevin, the often forgotten member of his family, learns a special lesson about what his family truly means to him. And they realize the same about him. Additionally, we learn to not judge a book by its cover or be too quick to believe the rumors about Old Man Marley, Shovel Guy, who is actually a misunderstood sweet old man who saves the life of a young boy in peril. Not to mention the fact that young Kevin manages to repair his entire family and reunites them just in time for Christmas. So in Home Alone, you get love, appreciation of family, and learning not to judge someone just because they are different or scary looking. Meanwhile, in Home Alone 2, you get a failed justice system that couldn't keep some dangerous criminals behind bars, you get a weird pigeon lady, and you get Trump. Which one is better? I think we all know the answer here. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Zach Jackson.
Thank you.
Now, Frederick.
Can I respond?
Frederick,
What's your
it is
closing
your
statement?
closing statement.
Because I just want to throw in there, they escaped from prison.
Up.
In conclusion,
Extra failed
I know.
justice system. Thank you.
Home Alone 1 is a classic nonetheless. It is the original. However, the storyline has many holes in it. It's not really clear why Marv and Harry are even after Kevin so hard. Pigeon Lady played a much bigger part in the sequel than Shovel Grandpa. Their relationship was much more significant. They both learned something from each other. And lastly, the traps are much better in the sequel since the house is pretty much abandoned. Any and everything is possible. Much more memorable and funnier than the original. Vote for funny. Vote for Home Alone 2. And again, no Joe Pesci trying to eat a kid's fingers. That's what makes Home Alone 2 superior.
Okay. All right.
Great information, guys.
Thank you.
But I think we have a clear winner, though.
Okay.
I feel that the winner today, Home Alone 1 versus Home Alone 2. Shovel Guy versus Pigeon Lady.
Mm-hmm.
It's Zach Jackson.
Oh my yes! Get
Zach
out of
Jackson.
here! Yes! Get out of here.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you all. Thank you, Frederick.
Thank you both.
I'm not
well put
conceding
together.
anything.
Oh, you're going to have to. You can have a recount if you want, Hanging Chad.
Counting the text
Thank you,
and
my
the information
friends.
delivered. Zach
Thank
Jackson.
you so.
What information?
All of it.
Opening and closing statements. He had full of details.
Yes.
Yes.
I must say, Fred, I do believe you lost Monica when you called it the ham. I think that's where
The
I
ham.
saw
Why?
the turn.
You don't like
And
ham?
you also called it the original. It can't be the
Mhm.
original.
It cannot.
That was fake news.
But you know what we can have here, Fred? Because I think we can all be friends as we go off in victory. As we ride off into the sunset in victory. Are you prepared to ride with me?
What's that?
Let's ride. Let's ride into victory. Come on. Here we go. There we go. Awesome foursome on the way.
That's what I'm talking about.
Time to jump on it. Jump on it. Jump on it.
I got my cowboy pants
I'm
on
going to take my pants off. That's what we need to do here. On a very special X-rated edition of Calhoun. All right, Awesome Foursome is next. Dollar bill swap as well. That, my friends, closes the book on the greatest of great debates.